Accountability and performance measurement, a conversation on balancing autonomy and responsibility. Hello, I would like to begin a conversation about the delicate balance between school autonomy and accountability. It should be obvious that education reform cannot succeed without clear measures of progress. After all, how can we improve what we don't assess? But doesn't it follow that if accountability systems become too rigid or bureaucratic, they can stifle innovation, overburden educators, and reduce education to mere numbers? I have observed that while performance indicators are necessary, they are often designed with more focus on compliance than meaningful growth. Can you imagine how much more effective accountability would be if it measured real learning, creativity, and student engagement, rather than just test scores and administrative metrics? Wouldn't it be more powerful if accountability systems encourage schools to experiment with new teaching methods and support diverse learning approaches, rather than simply enforcing standardized benchmarks? Doesn't it follow that true accountability should empower schools, not restrict them? A well-designed system ensures that schools and teachers have the flexibility to innovate while still being held to high standards of student success. It should be obvious that accountability is not just about tracking numbers, but about ensuring quality, equity, and continuous improvement. What if schools were evaluated on long-term student success, critical thinking skills, and emotional well-being rather than just annual test results? Wouldn't it be more effective if we measured education's impact beyond the classroom, assessing how well students are prepared for life and work? It is time now to rethink how we define success in education. Can you imagine the impact if accountability systems were designed with input from teachers, students, and communities, rather than imposed from the top down? What if schools had a say in how they are evaluated, ensuring that performance measures reflect their unique challenges and strengths? Wouldn't it be more transformative if assessment methods were adaptable, holistic, and aligned with real-world skills, rather than just rigid, one-dimensional scorekeeping? I have observed that excessive administrative burdens often take time and energy away from teaching and learning. Doesn't it follow that if we want educators to focus on student success, accountability systems should be efficient and purposeful, not just a checklist of compliance requirements? It should be obvious that the best education systems are data-informed, but not data-obsessed. What if performance measurement focused less on punishment and more on growth, helping schools identify strengths and areas for improvement in a constructive, supportive way? Wouldn't it be more effective if accountability systems were seen as tools for improvement rather than mechanisms of control? It should be obvious that education reform cannot succeed without a fair and balanced approach to accountability. Can you imagine how much stronger schools would be if autonomy and responsibility worked hand in hand, allowing educators to take ownership of their teaching while being held to meaningful, student-centered standards? What if schools were trusted to innovate, but also given the right support systems to track their progress effectively? Wouldn't it be more powerful if accountability was about continuous learning for both students and educators, rather than just evaluation? The future of education reform depends on finding the right balance between autonomy and accountability. It is time now to create assessment systems that encourage success rather than fear of failure. Doesn't it follow that if we want education to truly serve students, we must design accountability measures that support growth, inspire innovation, and reflect the full complexity of learning? The real question isn't whether we need performance measurement, it's whether we are ready to use it as a tool for progress rather than just a system of oversight.